Hi and welcome to the Review Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original film, In the Tall Grass. A brother and sister enter a field of tall grass to rescue a boy, but they soon realize they cannot escape and something evil lurks in the grass. In the Tall Grass is based on a Stephen King and Joe Hill novella or novel, and I have to say this is one of the most interesting stories that I thought could be really crap, because how do you get your protagonist to be in one location in a field and have the whole movie that is basically just under 2 hours and have the whole story be there and keep it entertaining and not just completely mental. And I have to say, this is a story that builds on itself. So you have these two protagonists that hear a boy's voice that call them in a field. It's a young lady that is pregnant and her brother, and they're on a road trip and they stop because she's feeling ill, and then she gets called into this grass. And from there on, the film just spirals out of control in the best way possible. It's going to be really difficult for me to review this because there's so many points I could say that I would like to say, but if I say them, it would totally spoil it, because there are things that I want to say about this that would just spoil it, but are just fantastic. Suffice to say, this is a true Stephen King builder. If you are wanting something that is really smart, but not too smart, that allows you to figure out what's going on as the story builds, then you're in for a treat. This is one of those that by the time you get to the end, you're going to be like, what the hell did I just watch? And also, wow, that was cool. And then you're going to be asking yourself questions at the end. It's one of those that as the story unfolds, you're beginning to realize what the hell is going on, and then you're asking yourselves more questions. It's filmed brilliantly as well. I was kind of worried by how just having one location, of how creative they could be, but visually this film is quite stunning. There are creative shots between windows and blades of grass. There are places when your protagonists are kind of being a bit loopy, or stuff is going on that the filmmaker and the cinematography kind of goes on its head, and they get really creative with the color templates and the way they obscure things, and I thought that was really fun. It's never at the expense of the story. It is always heightening what's going on. And I have to say, at first this film was more of a drama, and then it becomes a thriller, and then it becomes a horror, and then it's almost science fiction, mental science fiction, and then at the end it's like, what the hell did I just watch? And that is so good. It's so nice to find a film that really kind of gripped me at the beginning, kept me questioning, but kept me along this adventure, like horrifying adventure with them as it goes along. And there definitely are horror moments for the horror wannabes. There's some gruesome parts, there's some really kind of tense moments, and then there's those moments when you're going to be like, whoa, how did I not see that coming? Or when you finally piece together a bit of the puzzle that the story is unraveling for you, you kind of go, damn, that was cool, or that was clever, or you're rooting for the characters. It's very quickly in this film, you know who you're rooting for, and you know who the bad guy is. And I don't want to say more than that, because there's so much that goes on within this that I could say that just kind of blew my mind. This was a lot of fun, and it's not often that I get a film that can keep it fresh, that can keep you guessing. I've seen so many films in my lifetime now, between reviews and TV series and, press screenings. I've seen so many, and normally I can tell beat for beat what's going to happen within this film or within the series. And this, I have to say, I was guessing the whole time. It was really great. I haven't read the novel by this, so I went in completely fresh. I hadn't seen a trailer. If you can avoid anything, don't let anybody spoil it for you. I've done my best to do a completely spoiler-free review, because I want you to go into this fresh. Maybe if you want to have people do a spoiler review, go and watch it afterwards, because then you can discuss and in the comments below of spoiler reviews, because this is totally, like I said, spoiler-tastic if you start mentioning certain points, and it's very easy to do that. If you want to chat in the comments below about this, just let people know, like do ... and let them know, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of interesting things that I think some people are going to be like, what the hell just happened? Great film, really interesting, really fun. Characters are fantastic. They're well built. The acting in this is phenomenal in places. I don't think anybody was the weak link. There was a young child actor in this, the boy that's calling in the field, that I thought he was great. This is a film that has probably some of the most screaming I've seen in a film ever. Even the horrors where people are screaming and dying, there's a lot of screaming in this, which I wasn't expecting. But I think everything in this worked. I really enjoyed this. I'm going to give this an A. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this film. Thanks so much for watching this review. And if you like my content and want more behind the scenes stuff, think about joining, hitting that join button. But until next time, remember, live long and choose them.